Devin Booker wants to leave the Suns? Is that true? A media member called it the worst kept secret in the NBA. Wait, who said this?
The worst kept secret in the league is Booker already wants out of there. And if it's another bad season, I actually think that could get ugly.
Oh, Ryen Russillo, who used to work at ESPN, randomly said it on a podcast in his bedroom. Well, that's official. But hold up. There is a really good reason he might be right. This video explains that and what a trade would look like to get Booker out of Phoenix. Hey, it's Casey. Welcome to AM Hoops. Hit subscribe. We are pushing for 100,000 subscribers. I've been saying that. I've also been getting messages saying it's impossible, but I know we can do it. Also, if you haven't noticed, our new release time is 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. All right, let's be real. The rumor about Book wanting out was started because some dude mentioned it in his bedroom. That's basically nothing. However, Hoops Hype asked an NBA executive who said this about that comment. Quote, "He's got no leverage. He's locked up 4 more years. There is no way for him to demand a trade with that much time left on his contract." Now that's interesting. That executive did not say that rumor was wrong. All he said was Book won't be traded. So he could absolutely want out of Phoenix. Yes, they went 8-0 in the bubble, but they still missed the playoffs again, and the team owner is one of the worst in sports. Still, that executive's point is valid. Even if Devin Booker wants out of Phoenix, it's not gonna happen. It would be insane for the Suns to move Devin Booker. He is a franchise-level player starting his peak under contract for years. He was first-team all-bubble. He averaged over 30 points with 6 assists and 5 boards. But young stars have been traded in the past. Here's a list of guys as good or better than Booker traded in their prime. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, James Harden, Anthony Davis, Paul George, Chris Paul, LeBron James, yes, it was a sign and trade to the Heat, Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Love, Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie Irving, Steve Nash, among others. So it does happen. But here's the secret. Boom! Here's how many years they had left on their contracts. There may be other players out there, but on this list, the most is 2 years remaining. With 4 years left on his deal, not only does Devin Booker not have the leverage to say, hey, if you don't trade me, I'm gonna walk for nothing, but we just don't see young star-level players traded with those years remaining. And don't give me Andrew Wiggins with 3 years left for D'Angelo Russell. We know Book and Wiggins aren't close, so it looks like that NBA exec is right. But if there was a way to get Booker, what would that look like? First, Booker would actually have to demand a trade, and then tons of teams would put together their best offers. And he couldn't pick which team he wants to go to. He's got no leverage. So how much would that bid be? It would be the biggest trade of all time, guaranteed. So far, the biggest price we've ever seen is the Clippers to the Thunder for Paul George last season. He had 2 years left on his deal, and the price was this: 5 first-round picks, 2 pick swaps, 1 super talented young player, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and 1 win-now veteran, Danilo Gallinari. Now, the reason LA paid this was it ensured signing Kawhi Leonard, so that skews it a bit, but it's still a good barometer. I think any trade for Book would need at least 5 first-rounders, 2 pick swaps, 2 talented young players, and a win-now vet. Or another star player, plus picks if you need to make up the difference. So with that in mind, here are my top 6 packages to get Devin Booker. First, the Warriors trade Andrew Wiggins, Eric Pascal, and 4 picks plus 3 pick swaps. The reason this deal is dead last is Andrew Wiggins is the worst player the Suns could get. But it's still doable because he's just 25 years old, and I'd like to see him and DeAndre Ayton together. Eric Pascal can be a starter in this league, so don't forget him. With those picks, the Suns would own the Warriors' future. The dynasty will end soon if it hasn't already, and the Suns would benefit. Next, the Timberwolves trade James Johnson, Malik Beasley, Jarrett Culver, and 4 firsts, including number 1 overall. At first, this looks like a great package. Really, it's a big gamble for the Suns. The only guaranteed good player here is Malik Beasley, who's basically just a good shooter. If they blow the number 1 overall pick, then they flipped Booker for a bunch of B players. On the other hand, it's obvious why Minnesota would do this. They finally pair the 3 best friends who have wanted to play together. I am concerned about this team's defense, but it's not going to happen anyway because the Suns are a lot worse after this trade. Next up is the Mavericks. They trade Kristaps Porzingis, who's also just 25 years old, Maxi Kleber, and 2 firsts. Now we are getting to players you can build around. Porzingis, as we said, is on that young timeline, just 1 year older than Devin Booker. But there is more in this trade because he's injury prone. There's no guarantee Porzingis will ever fulfill his potential with those knee injuries, but he is the first All-Star on our trade list. Maxi Kleber is not just a throw-in, he is a two-way starter on a team-friendly deal. The 2 first-round picks means Dallas is basically trading all they have left to pair an even more elite talent with Luka Doncic. Next up, the Raptors. Trade Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, Terrence Davis, 3 firsts, and 2 pick swaps. This deal is in the top 3 packages because Phoenix could get 2 talented players and 1 top-end talent in Siakam. This may seem like a lot to give up for Raptor fans, but no one would argue that Pascal is equal to Booker. Beyond his MVP level start to last season, he did not live up to expectations. The Suns here would be flipping Booker for high-end depth to compete. Our number 2 package is the Sixers, trading Ben Simmons and 2 firsts. This is the second best package for Booker because Ben Simmons is a certified elite, young franchise talent. Now, of course, he has limitations with his shooting, but Booker isn't close to the same defender, so neither guy is perfect. The reason this isn't package number 1 is Simmons' fit with DeAndre Ayton. The Suns would have to figure something out with 2 starters who can't shoot, but there's no question they would get a super talent in return. But the number 1 package is the Miami Heat. Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and Duncan Robinson for Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. Every player is on an expiring deal, so the Suns would need confirmation they'd re-sign, but this is the best package they could get. Devin Booker is absolutely the best player in this deal. I mean, every Heat player has been good for 1 season. We hope they can continue at this level. Booker, on the other hand, is an East All-Star the next 10 years on the Heat. Ayton is the Heat's new center, and the Heat are gambling that his defense will improve. On the Heat, Booker is now the clear number 1 option, which is a better formula in the playoffs if Booker doesn't fall off. Phoenix potentially gets 3 All-Stars back, so it looks like they might win this deal. But there is a chance all 3 only balled out in the Heat's culture under Eric Spoelstra. Heat fans will hate this deal, but this is actually a gamble for Phoenix. No, I don't think that Devin Booker will be traded. There's a reason that we've never seen a guy that talented with that many years get moved, but it is fun to think about how much it would take. Support AM Hoops and click subscribe. Don't miss a daily NBA video.